Thor, the god of thunder and shining beacon of hope over Asgard and Earth alike, versus Superman, the man of steel and defender of our galaxy. My name is Ash, and I'm here to bring you our first versus matchup between two of the heaviest hitters that comics has to offer. This matchup will have all the most important aspects of a versus match. Every opponent's strength, speed, abilities, things like that will all be touched on in the video. But I'm sure I've kept you waiting long enough. Here we are with Thor versus Superman. Our first contestant on the chopping block will be Thor. Thor's strength is one of the biggest and baddest pieces of his character. Thor has been shown to be one of the heaviest hitters in Marvel, with almost any fight you could ever imagine already under his belt. He has thrown hands with the likes of the Incredible Hulk, the Juggernaut, Beta Ray Bill, Ghost Rider, Surtur, Captain Marvel, and so on. Even some of his own comics, he has fought entire groups, superhero groups of people at once, such as the Fantastic Four, the Dark Avengers, and the X-Men. If that doesn't show how strong he is, I really don't know what will. Thor's speed is one of his weakest aspects due to the fact that it completely revolves around his weapon, the Mjolnir, or the Stormbreaker if you want to talk MCU. He takes to the skies by spinning his hammer and pointing it where he wants to go, and due to the density and weight of his hammer, it is able to carry him for miles and miles at a time. The fastest Thor has ever gone in this instance is light speed, but this was only due to a temporary enchantment that was put on his hammer to get him somewhere really fast due to the emergency situation. But normally, his hammer can carry him from around 700 to 770 miles per hour, which is around the speed of some of the fastest commercial jets, and is just slower than the average fighter jet speed. Thor's running speed is a different story, though. It does not revolve around his weapon, of course, for obvious reasons. And due to his immense Asgardian strength, along with the fact that his weight is a lot less here on Earth than it is on Asgard, he is able to run speeds of around 30 miles an hour on average, and has even, at the best case scenario, gotten up to 60 miles an hour when running to try to save somebody. And again, this is all due to the immense strength in his legs, along with his light weight here on Earth. Now in Asgard, he's about as fast as any other given person. Thor's abilities are that of godlike, literally. As he is the god of thunder, his powers heavily revolve around that of lightning and even rain on rare occasions. He possesses several very helpful powers, such as godlike strength, near invulnerability, superhuman stamina, senses and speed, a regenerative healing factor, and of course his ability to wield godly weapons, not just his own. He's also able to wield the Stormbreaker, Odin's staff, and Loki's daggers. Oh, and not to mention Heimdall's blade, which is only normally wielded by Heimdall himself. He is definitely making his case versus Superman. Thor has too many feats of strength to fit in one video, but some of his most famous ones are when he threw a planet out of orbit while arm wrestling. Yes, you heard me right. A planet was thrown out of its own solar system due to an arm wrestle. And another one was he even lifted and threw the world serpent. A serpent that is the size to wrap around the world multiple times. He picked it up and threw it away from him to buy him more time to re-heal in a fight. I don't even know how strong you gotta be to do that. And finally, we get on to the real big thing. Who have these guys squared up against? Well, Thor has gone through the ringer of villains. From small annoying ones like Loki to the high and mighty such as Galactus. He has thrown hands with the biggest and the baddest. Previously mentioned Galactus, the Mad Titan Thanos, Apocalypse, Ultron, Doctor Doom, Surtur, and even Godzilla. Yes, the giant radioactive lizard, Godzilla. The list goes on from there, and Thor has not backed down from a single one of them. Similar to how Doctor Strange sees this, it is his duty to defend humanity no matter the cost and no matter how big the enemy. And now on to our second contestant. One of, if not the biggest and baddest the DC Universe has to offer. Superman. As everybody here should know, Superman has been seen as one of the strongest that DC can offer, lifting entire buildings, throwing vehicles with ease, and even moving planets out of the way of meteors and other dangers. He has traded blows with the likes of Darkseid, Doomsday, Lex Luthor, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, and lots of others, some of them even multiple at once. Superman is one of the fastest characters ever, not just in DC, but in comic book history as a whole. He has been able to jump from galaxy to galaxy in seconds, but this does come with a cost, as Superman is easily drained after going too fast for too long, which is why we see him take it slower, if you can even call his normal slow, in flights, and only speeds up when he is angered enough or when he sees that a window to win a fight is closing. Like whenever he started throwing Zod through buildings incredibly fast left and right in Man of Steel, he knew he was about to lose and needed to do something. But as we saw after the fight, he wasn't exactly too healthy. Superman's abilities over the years have been amped with a wealth of new powers. It seems every time we turn around, Superman has another new power to help him fight or beat a new villain. But to his core, his abilities are fairly simple, but it is a fairly long list. He has the abilities of flight, godly strength, X-ray vision, heat vision, cold breath, super speed, and near invulnerability, similar to that of Thor's. These powers all add together to give him an unpredictable nature during battle, as he can pull any of these out at any given moment and use them to perfection. Superman has done some insane things we have all seen. Previously mentioned lifting buildings, he's pulled tectonic plates together, and just a bunch of things that are way overpowered. But one feat of his strength that he has showed was when he chained an entire solar system together and moved them away from danger. An entire solar system he dragged to another spot so they would be safe. 8 planets at once. This is getting stupid. These two are going to destroy galaxies fighting each other. And finally, just like we did for Thor, we're going over some of the most powerful foes Superman has faced. Superman has seen them all, from Darkseid to Doomsday, all the way to Brainiac and Lex Luthor, and even evil versions of all of his friends. He never sees these fights as too much due to his undying love for the human race and seeks to protect us, as was his parents' final wish before his planet blew up, which is the reason that these big and bad villains always fall to Superman, because that one dying wish is what he uses as his advantage in fights. The winner is Superman. Not only does he have the advantage in strength and speed, but he is simply a better battle tactician, and he doesn't let emotion take over fights. Yes, you might argue that Thor has magic, and that is a weakness of Superman, but Shazam is one of the DC's strongest magic users, and even after hitting Superman with 12 lightning bolts, which are some of the most powerful magical abilities in DC history, Superman still turned right around and won the fight even after withstanding that many attacks. And of course, let me know who you think the winner is. You can argue your point in the comments, but that is who I chose as the winner, and I hope you guys will agree with me. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.